Welcome into the Dom Giordano Show. It's our annual time when we talk Catholic Charities and the fundraising part of this and all the great work that goes into it. As much as people know about that, Catholic Charities, and avoid flushing it out, having a sense of how many people this reaches and how diverse it is, because it's not just Catholics. I think many times I've done this over 4 or 5 years, and the idea is it's Catholic oriented, but you don't just serve Catholics. You don't ask, "Are you a Catholic?" You don't get extra food here. We have with us in studio here on the Dom Show, Lizanne Hagerdorn. Lizanne is the Director of Nutritional Development Services. And Father Joe, I don't know if I'm going to say the last name because Father Joe works so well, but Father Joe Unkonsky, who is sort of in my neck of the woods. He's over in Oak Lane, a bedroom community of Germantown. So, Lizanne, let's start with you on the global level. Is this true? The factoid I have is that your nutritional development services serves over 7 million meals each year. You must get tired serving all those meals.
Yes, you're absolutely right. First of all, thank you for having me here on this show today to talk about Catholic Charities. And you are right. Last year, we served over 7.5 million meals in combination with food distributions and also in the schools and childcare centers where we sponsor federal programs for children.
So is some of this actually preparing the meals, though, in addition to the things that go on in schools? I mean, the cafeteria, do you have a service that actually carries meals? How does that work,
Well,
Lizanne?
we have lunch managers, breakfast managers
Okay.
in different schools. We have over 100 buildings in which we just do school meals. And the managers there receive the meals, put the components together, heat it, and then serve it to the children.
So what's the biggest thing that you need every year? What is it that is costly that you need to serve? Well, that's a heck of a lot. I don't know how much Catholic Charities brings in, but that's penny pinching
Yeah,
7.5 million meals a year.
exactly. Most of the meals that are served to the children are government
Okay.
supported. And then there's a little bit that is added to that. However, the other side of what nutritional development does, which is its community food program, it supplies 50 plus food cupboards and outreach programs with food in different communities. And therefore, people from the community can come and get what they need when
Let's
they
bring
need it.
Father Joe in because Father Joe, you have something of that on the micro level with St. Benedict's Food Pantry and where you are at St. Athanasius, where I told you the story that my sons, I coached them in basketball. My wife shows up. It was a cop, a PAL cop who was stationed there refereeing. But of course, he had the sidearm as he was running up and down the court. You don't see that all the time. So tell us a little bit about St. Athanasius. It's a mission school.
Well, no, the school is still a parish school.
Okay.
So, St. Athanasius Parish is made up of St. Athanasius Church, which was founded in 1928, and St. Athanasius School, which is the last archdiocesan parish grade school that serves a predominantly African American and Black community. So we're
Mhm.
still a old school parish grade school. We're not a combined school or a mission school. We're still a parish school. And in 2013, St. Benedict Parish, which is a border parish in Germantown, was closed and merged into St. A's. But we were able to keep the church open, all the organizations there, and one of the biggest, well, at that time was fledgling, was the food pantry, which then has grown from. We were just looking at some of our records in 2019. We may have served like maybe 150 families a month to presently where we now serve over almost 1,000 families a month
From 2019 to now?
to now. So what happened
Yeah.
was the program was very small. It was done out of the rectory, and people could come once a month for food. Then when COVID hit, many of the food pantries closed down. People were afraid to serve, to interact with
Mhm.
people. But somehow our volunteers said, no, we're not going to close. We're going to keep it open. We found a way to distribute food. Because of that, they increased the number, and we took the food bank from the old rectory into the church. So repurposed confessionals that were not being used, storage space that wasn't being used, stored the food there, bring it out, put it on tables, and then people would come in. When COVID hit its height, our numbers obviously increased. And when COVID started to decrease, we thought our numbers would decrease, but then inflation
Yeah.
continued, and with that, um, the need for food resources continued to grow. So, for example, last Friday, we're open every Monday and Friday. Last Friday, um, 200 households, that is, the heads of 200 households came to our food bank between 9:30 and 11:30. It's almost 800 people were provided food.
Wow. That's a stunning, and every year
Yeah,
when we do this, and that's a ground level, the macro level is 7.5 million meals. If we don't have Catholic Charities funding
yeah,
doing
exactly.
this, what are these people gonna be able to do? And if the food insecurity part, or they're gonna do without? Particularly, I wanted to talk about with kids, Lizanne. Talk about, that piece here and how Catholic Charities, through this, development program you run, is able to reach these kids.
Absolutely. What Catholic Charities does for our agency is that it gives us money so we can hire staff. We have a driver who picks up and delivers
Mhm.
food, takes care, makes sure the lights are on. And because of that, we are able to use those personnel to generate donations, also to raise other monies to purchase food that we need
Mhm.
to supplement what is donated
And the refrigerators you
and the
gave
and the
us.
refrigerators. We're trying every trick in the book, right? To
Yeah.
try and help people where they are, right? So what that does is when we can do that, that takes a little bit of pressure off of households, especially households with children. I mean, we know what Philadelphia is like. We have a poverty rate of almost 22%
Right,
in the city, which is better than it was. However, poverty and food insecurity, and I think father would agree, go hand in hand.
right.
Sure.
And so these families are faced, what am I going to spend this money on? And so if people like us and all the other wonderful people out there that do this in their neighborhoods, if we can help feed those children, that family for a day, for a couple days, for a week, throughout the month, that takes some of the pressure off them because we know that the housing costs are rising. We know medication is,
Yes.
Right.
everything, utilities, and of course, the price of food is just
Exactly.
So, like,
I
for
incredible.
wanted to
I'm sorry.
remind, Father, before I go to you too, that CatholicCharitiesAppeal.org /donate, or just CatholicCharitiesAppeal.org. You'll see the donate button there, that no amount is too small.
Right.
And as far as this is really illustrative, having the two of you here together, the big program coming down to your level and how far the dollar is stretched. I can tell that
Exactly.
yeah.
So, as Liz was saying, so they provide breakfast, so
Mm,
our families could get free breakfast. So parents are leaving for work.
right.
Our our breakfast program begins at 6:30 in the morning. NDS provides the breakfast for the
Mm,
children. So they have a safe, warm place to be. They have breakfast for them to get ready for school, and their parents can go to work. So it works that way. Then it provides their lunches at the
mm,
same time. So parents are paying tuition, but NDS then helps that by providing the breakfast and the lunch for them. And they also, especially through Catholic Charities, as far as our food bank is concerned, we take in anywhere from 6 to 8,000 pounds of food every week that's
wow.
distributed, right? And that's brought in through a ramp that we have on the side of the church, um, through pallet trucks, and they drop it in the vestibule of the church. Then that food is then taken, and the boxes are open, the food is distributed. So we have parish volunteers who then have everything available for the people when they come in to get their food. But that work, breaking down these pallets 2 days a week, and then getting everything distributed, then breaking it all down so that we have mass on Sunday and nobody ever knows that all that took place in the back of the church. We pay some of our college students who are home during the summer. We pay, some of the young men from the area,
Mhm.
people. So Catholic Charities helps us with paying the expenses, keeping the heat and the heat on during the winter. So all this can happen in a very simple way, in a beautiful way.
Parting question for both of you. Start with Liz Ann here, talking Catholic Charities. Summer on this horizon, and I go back to the kids again because
Mhm.
the infrastructure of the Catholic schools providing either breakfast or lunch or both is lost. So, what does Catholic Charities do, particularly during the summer?
Well, with the support of Catholic Charities, our office, Nutritional Development Services, is able to sponsor a summer food program for children.
Mhm.
So, what meals the children are not getting in school or in their after school program, they are able to get them during the summer. So, we shift over to make sure that there's really a seamless, um, what do I want to say? That it's seamless, that the children will end their last day with a meal and then they'll
They can pick
start
it
their
right
summer
back up. Yeah.
program
Exactly.
with meals. We reach out to many neighborhood groups, many churches, YMCA's, day camps, and ask them if they'd like to partner with us to provide meals to the children that come to them.
Father, to make the point too, when you mentioned the parish, I mean, increasingly you have people that enroll to get a Catholic education, particularly in the areas where I am, where you are, because of the structure, the religious value, and the academic value. They kept on going during COVID. So at St. A's, how many people that send their kids there may not be Catholic? And this is helping more broadly than just the Catholic Church.
Exactly. So, St. A's, we have about 225 students, pre-K to 8th grade. We're pretty, we're solid that way. Um, the majority of the children are not Catholic, but
Mhm.
if you were to come to my school, you would never know that because all of our children pray, all of our children go to
Are
mass.
there sisters there? Are there nuns there?
No, we lost
Oh,
our
that's it. That's the
sisters,
secret sauce.
yeah,
That's the ingredient. Yes.
but our school was raised in the tradition of the Sisters of Saint Joseph.
Oh, okay.
So, that
Yeah.
is a long and storied,
Yeah.
history there
Sure.
for us. So our children go to adoration, we're getting ready for our May procession. So everything about it is evangelization.
Yes.
We truly believe that this may be the only place, especially in society today, where our children will learn how to pray, will they will hear the gospel, will they will be exposed to mass, right? So we're evangelizing that way. This Easter vigil, we had 2 8th grade girls who became Catholic, so,
Wow. Yeah.
um, so we're ever mindful ways to plant the seeds, and our school does that. So we're very proud of our school. Um, we have a phenomenal technology program where our children are learning robotics from kindergarten to 8th grade within their technology program itself, you know, and that was a gift from Jerry Parsons. So we're very
Okay.
blessed that way too. But because of the greater church, we're able to do what we need to do. Our parents pay for our school. Our parishioners take care of their beautiful churches. But now our outreach to those who are in need has grown, and Catholic Charities has stepped up in the level that it is, so that we can do what needs to be done, and that is what our Lord commanded, right? Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you? When did we see you thirsty and give you drink? And we're able to do that, whether it be the children in the morning or whether it be the hundreds that come
Mhm.
throughout the course of the week to our food pantry.
Father, thank you. Lizanne, thank you. It's always uplifting. Every year when we do Catholic Charities, we talk to people that are doing what you two are doing. Thank you for joining us. And again, listeners, CatholicCharitiesAppeal.org, CatholicCharitiesAppeal.org. You can donate there and keep this great work going. Thanks for joining us here on the Dom Giordano